Hey guys, what is going on and welcome to a Marvel Rivals video here on the channel. Now, today, as you can see on screen, we have a new event, Ultron's Battle Matrix Protocol, and this is a very different event. So, you can earn some rewards for completing 3 and 10 matches, which are the Ultron 1 spray and the acceptable emoji. These are pretty cool, and you get those just by playing matches of this new game mode. You have just over 2 weeks in which to do this. You also get a score for how well you play. It's a little bit like chess, where you start with 1,000 and the worse you do, the lower your score will go. The better you do, the higher it will go. And a little bit like chess, it's very much a strategy game with like a battle phase, prep phase. It's quite complicated. You can read through it yourself, but we're going to go and give it a go now and see if we can work it out as we're going along. So without further ado, let's head into the match, shall we? So, you can see straight away that this has its own pick, and you get to pick 6 characters from a selection of 18. So, go for whoever you really wish to use. You will not be playing them per se. They will more be there as your sort of team, your little lineup for this sort of chess style beatdown. So, we've locked in, let's wait for our enemy to do so. So once you go in, there are 6 of you against each other, and you get to pick an ability or 2. So, pick some and then you can lock them in. And you can switch out your heroes as well, you can move your heroes around, so on and so forth. So I don't quite know what the strategy is with moving them around, but for the first round you're going up against galactic bots. So it's quite nice and simple to start off with. And then you get a reward for each. So we now get to do so. Ooh. So you sort of get to pick the ability that you wish to have. And you can buy another module if you wish as well. It's quite cool. And then once you lock in, you lock them in as per, and you move on to the next round where you can then move things around again if you wish. And you're going up against people this time. So obviously choose wisely with how you wish to play.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
You've got to try and beat them, they're going to try and beat you. There's a time limit as well to make sure that we're not playing great. You can see here that it looks like I'm going to kill this without suffering too much, which is nice. You don't have to wait for other people, and then you get to go straight into your next round where you can buy more stuff again. It's quite useful overall. So, you can also see on the right hand side that if you deal damage to, I can't remember how you actually get people out, but I think you can deal damage to their drone, which sort of knocks them out a little bit, which is quite cool. So you can see that 2 people are already out the game. You can see the health, shields, stats of all your characters. Obviously they can heal each other each round and stuff. You don't have to play all of your heroes in each round either. You can So we've got all of that characters, and then we get to move on again. Okay. And then you get to sort of pick some more, lock them in, and we go straight into another round. I don't know if I should be moving these guys around or what I should be doing here, because frankly, whatever I've got here seems to be doing well. So I guess I'm going to target their Jeff. It does seem though like I might be taking a bit of a beating on this one. So I don't quite know what that does. But I guess we go straight back in again in a minute. Right, we lock in again, we go in again. I think some of my characters have actually died at this point, but I don't quite know fully. It's a cool concept, but it is a little bit confusing, of course. But we had a feeling that would be the case, in all honesty. Okay, it seems like it's going well. And I think each time you win a round, you're dealing damage to one of the enemies, is what I think happens. So, all in all, let's go. Oh, increasing the health of your teammates. That seems like quite a useful one to have, I must say. So I guess we'll do that. Kind of want to move Moon Knight over, I think. Have this sort of like zigzaggy pattern. Honestly, I don't know what the play is. But this round, because it is round 6, you're only up against Galactus foes.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
And then you get ones. Ooh, these are good. All 3 of those are really good. So those strengthened modules you get after the Galacta rounds. So make sure you choose some good ones when they come up. And then I guess it's quite hard to decide how to play this, because obviously you don't know what the other team are doing, you don't know how it's going. But it's quite a cool concept. So let's skip forward a little bit, shall we? So you can see there we just dealt 4 damage to him when we beat him. So it seems like the damage you deal to people is going to slowly creep up until you slowly start winding them down. Which is going to result in, all of a sudden, I think the game's going to start turning. So make sure that you're being wise with your picks to upgrade certain abilities like I've done here. So it also seems like as you level up certain types of abilities, you get extra little bonuses as well. Such as here, you can see that we've got like this, for each unique role increase ally hero's health. So it does seem like if you get like 10 of a certain type of ability, gives you this little boost. Just to clarify, I mean these ones on the side on the left here. So we'll have a little look at those in a minute when we get a chance. So yes, it does seem as though each of these gives you a little bonus when you get them up to a certain level. So try to match the chosen boosts to ones that you've already got. Also don't forget to try and take out some of the characters each round and count your damage, which is something I didn't know for the first couple of rounds. But once you do know that, it's quite useful to know. So make sure you do that. The X deals a little bit of damage to every character. The Y gives you a health bonus for all of your characters, which is really, really powerful. So make sure you try and utilise that to your abilities. So, I'd like to continue. And now that we're getting a little later, round 11 when you fight against Galacta, you get to pick 2 of the strengthened modules as well, which does mean that the bonuses you're getting are also starting to increase. So the stakes really do start ramping up, and you can see on the right there that G_Oni has now finally taken some damage as well. So all of a sudden the tides might start turning in your favour if you are not doing as well to start off with. So do keep up the hard work as best as you can. Naturally, might start getting a little bit more difficult as time goes on as well. As you can see now, it's starting to get a lot
Lead them to maximum
so people
rise, my friend!
Round it around too long. They start speeding up until someone moves, which is just about broken. You can see now that on the left hand side there, I've started to get to quite a heavy point where, frankly, they're struggling to match me. I'm on a 5-win streak. Gioni is on a 4-loss streak, he was dominating the early game. So, if you play your cards right, you can become a powerhouse very quickly. If you play your cards wrong, you can easily go from the top of the board to suddenly losing every round. And you can see there that my health is still 43 out of 50, whereas one of them is now starting to get down to his last legs of 16. This game could go up to roughly 25 rounds, meaning it could be a 20 to 25 minute game. But I'm actually enjoying playing a little bit of a tactical rather than always going into the game. It's nice to play something a little bit different. I'll also clarify that these purple star abilities are much more powerful. You saw some of those ones there. For example, any healing that goes over their maximum health, 15% will be converted to bonus health. The fact that you can just suddenly get your characters to have extra bonus, like extra maximum health simply because you've healed them too much is actually quite insane to think about. So, all in all, it suddenly starts getting a lot heavier. And if I'm going to just refresh to look at some of the others, oh my god, Star-Lord's Ultimate being able to lock onto 3 characters at once is insanely powerful. We then go in again, we get some more modules, and these modules, they're all purple stars, which does mean they cost double, but the power that they have is extremely high. So, do you want to keep going for these ones? Maybe you do. For example, that reserve armour one there that I'm going to get is going to give, because I've got all 3 rolls, it's going to give all of my characters 75 extra health per round. That's a lot of extra health. That is 2 to 3 hits from most characters, which does increase your survivability quite a lot. You need to think about not just the damage output, but you do need to consider being able to survive their attacks. So do you want to go more on the health side or more on the damage side? Or do you want to do what I've done and handicap them? Have these abilities to reduce their damage, reduce their that might be the way to go for it. I mean, you can see as the rounds go on,
Powers of might!
certain characters start using abilities to obviously change the flow of battle. Meaning that you might just have a little bit of an issue when you're fighting. It might just about something. It might change the flow. But this one here, because it's probably not going to be effective.
By the eye of Agamotto!
There we go. Once again, we win a round. 7 rounds in a row now. Now, a quick clarification for those of you wondering. You can see on the right hand side, if you click right stick to see the information instead of the health of different people, it shows you how much damage each of your characters dealt in that round, how much healing they did, and how much damage they tanked, to see which of your characters is doing the best. As you can see, my biggest damage dealer is actually Moon Knight, my biggest healer is actually Ultron, and my biggest tank is actually Emma. So that might change the way you play for future games. So do keep that in mind. So for clarity as well, you can change your heroes entirely during that first phase of each round. So if I decided I didn't want to use a thing, I could completely change the thing out for a different Vanguard, which is quite an interesting thing that you can do. But it looks right now like we're about to win this game. So let's finish off Blasty Boys and get our right here, right now. Let's see. That's all this one. Might be that. Also interesting ability as well, where AoE ability gives you damage, which so there are some of these really high level, the purple and gold star
My
and then just like that, we got a victory. First place. So, coming out the game, that will give you some more protocol points, increasing your score from the start. So obviously you started off with 1,000 and you will go up. So as you can see, I gained 183 there, but it also rewards a lot of regular XP for your normal level and your combat chest. So a fun game mode, but you do have to play 10 games of it to get all the rewards. So it might take you a little bit of time. But with all that in mind, guys, that is Ultron's Battle Matrix Protocol here in Marvel Rivals. So see you all in the next one.